Alright, yeah, we're working on the old 5S again here, and I think we left you off. I was trying to take the muffler off, and I was trying all kinds of wrenches, and it just wasn't working. So had to get the heat wrench out, and that did the trick. Now you put a wrench on there, and I'll take it right off of there. It's on there, so now I can't get the wrench off. Alright, here we go. Alright. Yep. It's all it takes sometimes, a little bit of heat. Alright. But before I start, I want to mention something. I showed the flywheel here, and I was trying to explain, and I did it fast. And put the light on here. I was trying to explain. I don't know if that's going to help you or not. Yeah, I think right there. I was explaining how Briggs and Stratton. This is a 1952 flywheel. And what Briggs and Stratton did was they put the regular 5 there, and then instead of a 2, they took a 5 and turned it upside down and backwards to make that a 2. And some guys thought that was a 9. And sometimes I forget, you know, some guys are looking at this on a smartphone or an old monitor and stuff like that. So I said I would try and get a better look at it. Some guys said it looked like a 9, you know, 59. But if you actually look there, you can actually see that's just a flat. Right there. That's flat. That doesn't come around. So I think I might have a couple of these out in the shed, and I'll see if I can get a better view of some, because this one looks like it's actually missing the one line coming down here. And then another one of my mates over the pond there was asking me if I knew what this C meant, and I don't, but I'm sure somebody out there does. There's a lot of guys that watch my channel that are actually antique Briggs experts, and they could tell you almost anything you want about these old things. So if anybody knows what that C is there, let us know. Even right now, it don't even look like a C, but that's what it is. Almost looks like an O. Alright, before I start, let me see if I can find a better example of this flywheel. Alright, yeah, we're out here next to the shed, and I was able to find 4 examples. And pretty interesting. One is pretty clear and everything. You see that one there? You could actually see that's the 5, and that 5 is upside down and backwards. So let me see. There we go. That's what they do. You know what I think? And I think I realize what these letters are. I think that's the month, because I haven't seen any here that went any further than an L. And I think even what they did here is they took an F and put it upside down and backwards to make an L, because they did that on this one here too. You see this one here, you can't really see the 2 very clear. That's a 52, but I think that's supposed to be an L instead of a backward F. And here's another 52. You know, and this company had been around 50 years or so when they're doing this. You think they would have been able to find the right kind of stamps. There's another 52. Yeah, when they put them backwards and stuff, they didn't come out very clear. Yeah, so these letters I think are the months. You know, A would be January, B would be February. Here's a couple others. Here's something interesting too. This is a 1951, and they actually took a 2 and put it backwards and upside down to make a 5. Is that wacky or what? Here's another 51 they did right. And here's a 53. Here's a 43. Here's an old one. It's a War Baby, 1943. This actually has 2 numbers. It has a C and a 2. Don't know what that means. 2. I bet you that means military. Here's a 1954. So I find that pretty interesting. And even on the newer ones here, they make it real prominent. Look at it. This is a 1967. They have it on the top. and on the bottom. 67 with the little Briggs emblem. So this one here I think is even older than that. This one here, that looks like it might be a 23 or something. I don't know. Don't know what's going on there. It might not, you know what? It might not even be a Briggs. I think it is. I don't know. Alright, let's back in the garage and put this away, and we'll do some work. We'll take more of that stuff apart. Alright. Yeah, while you guys weren't looking, I had the gas tank over here in the vise, and the cap, I don't know if you remember, the cap was stuck on, but I put some Aerocoil on it, and it was more put on cross-threaded. It was sort of like on an angle, and that's what was jamming it up. So I was able to loosen it up, and it actually works pretty good. And to my surprise, the inside, let me see if I can turn the light on here for you. The inside looks pretty good. I don't know if that's going to focus in for you. Let me see if I can get a flashlight. Alright. If you look in there, it's not bad at all. I don't know if it's going to focus because of the edge. There you go. Yeah, it's not bad at all. You know, that little wet spot there on the left is from my finger, because I was feeling to see if it was crusty or not. But the inside actually pretty good. Better than most I've come across, but the bottom here has me a little worried. I don't know if there are going to be any pinholes there or not, but we'll see. We'll clean it up and wire wheel it, and hopefully it works. Alright, let's go over this thing, and I'll put yours on the tripod, and we'll take the connecting rod out. We'll take the piston out. You know, this inside here is so clean. I probably wouldn't, you know, I mean, the walls and everything, I probably wouldn't have taken this piston out or connecting rod, because it was so nice. But since there was no compression, you know, I'll take it out and I'll check the rings and, you know, hone it out. But I think our problem was here. These valves probably weren't seating properly. Alright, let's put these up on a tripod and take the piston out, see what it looks like. Alright, we got these up on a tripod, and what we got to do now is we got to take this little lock. It's not really a washer, it just locks the nuts on. So you got to bend this tab over. Sometimes you can't get the, you know what, I bet you my hand's in your way, huh? Alright, I was able to open that up a little bit, and then you just flatten it. Okay, that worked out pretty good. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but you see these screwdrivers here? Let me turn you around so I can see. These screwdrivers, they're Craftsman, and maybe you see a little WF here. Let me see if I can get it clean. There you go. See the WF? I think that's Western Forge. It's an American company, and they've been making Craftsman screwdrivers for I don't know how long, but they're going to stop making them. So well, these are old screwdrivers. I don't even know if you can get the Western Forge screwdriver anymore, but they're going to stop making them for Craftsman in 2019, I think, or 2020. But anyway, let's see if we can get a wrench on this. Oh yeah, okay. Just barely. Oh, might have to throw these in a vise, but before I do that, I don't know if you can see it. I'll do this. I'll take this other one off here. Get stuff working on a table. I don't even know if I can get a wrench on that because of the slinger, the oil slinger. We'll figure it out. I'll get it. If somebody else got it, I can get it, right? Alright, let me put it in the vise. Alright. Yeah, we're able to loosen them up there. There's your oil slinger. Don't lose that. You need that. That splashes your oil up. Lubricates everything. Okay, so that's your little lock washer or whatever there. Alright, I had to get another bucket. Run out of room. Alright. Oh, wow. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a crank in as good a shape as that. That's incredible. That's not even a scratch or a mark or anything on that thing. That's crazy. Gotta remember how old these engines are. Oh, look at that. Piston sliding out real nice. You turn upside down. Can you guys see that? Let's see if I get my hand on it. Get the back of the hammer on this and maybe tap it a little bit. I should have checked to see if there was a ridge on there. So far they're looking good. Let me slide you back here. Or hung up on. Let me look at it. Hold on a minute. Okay. Yeah, I had the bottom of the connecting rod binding up against the case. So that was my fault. Here we go. There it is. There it is. Oh, look at them rings. Look at that. Where you guys at? Wow. Well, there's hardly any wear on that at all. Let me get a rag. Let me get a paper towel or something. Wow. Yeah, these rings are hardly wore at all. Nice. Even the piston. Usually pistons have scrapes and black marks and all kinds of stuff on them, but she's a beauty. Yeah, look at the bottom of that. Look how nice and clean that is. Is that crazy or what? That's crazy. Crazy clean. Alright. Got that out. You know, I'm not going to take the cam out. Boy, this cylinder's beautiful. I've never seen a cylinder so nice before in my life. Let me get a light. Alright, I took this off the stand there to take a look at this. This is crazy. The inside of the cylinder is so nice. No rust, no nothing. And absolutely no vertical scratches at all. There are some horizontal lines, but that's just like from where the piston sat. From, you know, when they put it away, it sat for a little bit. But, boy, this thing is beautiful in here. And you can't feel nothing. There's no ridge on top or on the bottom or anything. This thing's really nice. It's going to take a real light hone, and that's it. Boy, nice working on something that hasn't been rusted to death. Alright, well, we didn't take the valves out yet, so we don't know. Alright, let's take them valves out, see what we got. Alright, yeah, before we take the valves out, also take the crank out. I wasn't going to take the crank out, but since there's nothing holding it in, oh, look at that. I don't think I ever had a crank come out that nice. Take a good look at this. You guys can't see it as well as I can. Look how shiny that is. Look at that, wow. All the surfaces. Perfect. But it's got to be one of the nicest cranks I've ever taken out of an engine. I was going to say seen in my life, but I know where that's going. This is one of the nicest cranks I've ever taken out of an engine. Oh, Road King, you kill me. Alright, let's take them valves out. Alright, I brought you over to the vise here, that way, I don't know if maybe you guys will be able to see better. Take a 7/16 wrench here. Take this nut off that holds the valve cover. Got a little washer there, don't lose your little washer. And this should just pop right up. Here we go. Trying to save the gasket, huh? I'm just kidding. I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that gasket's in good shape. Now let me put this over here. Alright, this thing's just a splash cover. It's pretty clean in there. Almost too clean. I'm still here. Here's your PVC valve, PCV, positive crankcase ventilation. Just pull that out of the way. The only thing that holds that in is a spring. Look at that, almost went across the garage. So we have plenty spares. Alright, let me turn around. I can't even see you guys. There you are. Okay. Yeah, that's a little hole there. Make sure you get the ventilation to your crankcase. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, let me see. Let me turn you around and see if you can see in there. Alright, looks like you can see the far one, so I'll try that one first. These had little studs holding them in. Let me get my hammer. They're just little pins that hold these in. You gotta try and lift them at the same time. Let me locate the pin, because if I try and see that, I'm only going to stick my head in your way anyway. Okay. I moved these around a little bit so you can see better. Alright, the best way to get these out is get 2 screwdrivers, the same diameter, and try and stick one down there. And then pull the other side down evenly. And you should be able, there you go, I don't know if you can see it. You see the pin right there. So what I usually do is I usually used to pull them out, but I think it's easier if you have 3 hands and you actually push it through. Let's see what we can do here. You know what? Let me get some wider screwdrivers that might help. All right, yeah, I got a wider screwdriver here, and I'm just gonna stick it in there and pull it down like that. See now? There we go. See now it's on an angle, so it's actually binding up. But if you unbind it here and push the valve in, good chance that might actually fall out. There we go. All right. Now I don't know if you can see the pin there, but it should have fell out. So we're just going to tap it. And oh look, I got a magnetic screwdriver. I didn't even know it. So I pulled that out. But anyway, that should have fell through. You know what? Yeah, the magnetic screwdriver was messing with me there. All right, so I'm trying to find a place to put this down so I don't lose it. All right. Now you just get this out of the way and your valve should come out the top here. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, let me tilt you back here. Alright, and your valve just comes right out. I mean, other guys have other ways of doing it, but that works for me. Let me turn you around so I can see you. Alright, yeah, that valve looks pretty good. Got a nice groove, not much wear. A little schmutz there might have been holding it from seating properly. But let's take the other one out, and then we'll see what they look like. See, now if you reach in there with pliers, there's like a little lump there. You just pull it out past that lump, and it should come out. Here's your keeper. Yeah, if you took the tappets out, if you took the cam and tappets out, you'd have a little more room there, but we're not going to do that. Alright. Yeah, I took the exhaust valve out, so let's have a look at it here. Here's the intake. I'll give you a little bit of light. Here's the intake. See, wait, it's got a nice clean cut around the inside there. It's actually pretty nice, and the valve itself has a nice clean groove. Not even a groove, you know. It's just the way it's supposed to be. A nice bevel. So that was good. And here's our problem. Here's why our engine didn't run. Here's the exhaust valve. See, it's got a nice edge on it, but it is kind of cruddy. But here's a real problem. Around here, I don't know if we're gonna have to cut that and reseat it, or if that's just carbon. Looks like a lot of carbon, but you don't know until you take it out. I mean, if you look from the side here, it's pretty thick. Cleans off nice though. But don't know how that edge looks, so we're gonna have to wire wheel that and scrape it and see what it looks like. If we have to cut it, it's no big deal. But that's why this engine wasn't running. Other than that, you know, it's beautiful. And you don't know why that happened. You know, it could have been a certain kind of gas they used back then, or they were running it hot or lean or rich or poor. Who knows? But that's what caused it to stop. And then when it stopped, they probably just parked it. So, alright. I don't know how long this video is. I'll check, and if we have some room, we'll do maybe some cleaning, something. We gotta clean all this mess here. So, alright, let me go check, see how much we got on here, and then we'll get back to you. Alright, yeah, looks like we got about 22 minutes or so on this video, but now we got this big mess to clean up here, and I'll show you guys the way I found to be the quickest, the easiest way to clean all this stuff up and get it ready to put back together and paint and do what we got to do. Some of you older guys already seen it and know the procedure, but got a lot of new guys on. Don't know what goes on here. So, alright, let me clean this table off and I'll show you what we're gonna do. Alright, here we go. Yeah, first thing I do is lay out some newspaper on a table here, and then I got a can of I guess it's about maybe a quart in there of magic cleaning fluid. That's for the small parts. And then over here we got a 5-gallon bucket with about 2 gallons, 2.5 gallons of magic cleaning fluid in it. So what I do is, you know what? Let me put you up on a tripod and we'll show you instead of explain it to you. Alright, what we do is we take the small parts like this, you know, and we put them in a little bucket here. You know, if you take these over to the wire wheel and clean them up, you know, they'll clean up and everything, but then your wire wheel gets all greasy and everything, and it's no good for anything after that. Especially if you're trying to wire wheel something to paint, then it gets all greasy and stuff. So if you put these in here, it takes the grease off of them. And then we got the flywheel here. Take that and we just stick that in a big bucket here. Excuse me. And then this here's got paint on it. The magic fluid will actually take the paint off. So that'll be good. We'll put that in a big bucket. And then even the small ones like this, where you get something with the grease on it and everything, you take as much crud and grease off of it as you can, because it only dilutes your magic potion. You know, you don't have to get goofy and everything. Just that little bit helps. Just look at the top of the bolt there. Just the top of the bolt had that much crud on there. You know, it makes a difference when you only got a little bucket like that. Now we get parts like this. We're not going to reuse them. Just put them off to the side. And something like this is rusty, but it's not really greasy, so put that off to the side. Same with that, not greasy. That is questionable, so we'll put both of these in here. Alright, spark plugs. The electronic stuff that you don't want to get greasy and stuff, I just keep off to the side, like you know, the condenser, spark plugs, and even the coil. The coil we're going to clean by hand. And the points, you know, points like that don't need to be thrown in the degreaser. But the little stuff, you know, the springs and the keepers, and okay, I just look at something. You know, I take this stuff out with a magnet. You know, I just stick the magnet in and pull, so I can keep it in my hand, put my hands in there. And this PCV valve has a little fiber washer, so that would never come back out. So we're going to clean that by hand, and then throw the rest of it in there. Same with this. This is pretty clean. Well, maybe not. Also, right here, some of it you can actually just wipe off with a rag and get most of the crud off it. That way it doesn't dilute your, this is almost clean, it doesn't really have to be thrown in there, but that way it doesn't dilute your juice. Alright, let me see. See all the crud just on the nuts and bolts. Alright, so I'm going to clean most of this stuff up. You know what, before I turn this off, I just noticed we have a gas tank here with a carburetor on it. How about we take it apart, see how it looks inside. Got a lot of crud in this slot head. Okay, we got it. We got it. It's not easy, but we got it though. Then they're hanging in with me. It's just a little tight. These aren't that long. Alright. See, that's a little cruddy on top there. Throw that in there. Ugh. Whew. Almost like they're glued in there. I'm going to see this together. See how the valve is on the bottom of this thing. Okay. Alright, yeah, it's not too bad. Looks like they maybe put a little shellac or something to hold that gasket on there. Okay. Even something like this. I just scrape most of the crud off. It's just on the top. There's no rubber. Anything that has rubber on it, you don't want to throw in your magic potion. But these old carburetors don't have any rubber in them. Even if they do, I'll probably rebuild this and put a new kit in it. So, alright, let's throw this in a bucket. Whoa, whoa! Alright, even the cap. We'll throw this cap in here. You know, it just gets all the slime off. Hold this up to the light. I don't see any holes in it. Good sign. Okay. This goes, you know what? I'm going to see if I can get this this gasket off of here. Hold up. Alright. Yeah, I try to save the gaskets if I can. You know, you say, you know why? Why save them? Why don't you just make new ones and stuff like that? You know, why spend 20 bucks on a gasket kit for a $5 engine? If you know what I mean. It's different if we're going to use this on a machine or something, and then you go and you make it reliable. But it's only going to be a show engine. You know, you try to cut corners and save money where you can. Okay, there we go. Alright, and we take this and we throw this in the big 5-gallon bucket there and save that. We'll probably have to make a new one for that, but you know. Alright, let me go through this and clean it up, and then I'll see you just before we finish up. Alright, yeah, I got all the small parts done, and you can see how much grease and crud we got off of there. You know, you don't realize how much is on here until you start scraping, like right here. Look at all that. You don't want that diluting your magic potion. Stuff's pretty expensive. It don't take much to just get it off. You know, just maybe a minute or two on each part. Like I say, you don't gotta get goofy with it. Just get as much as you can off. That way, plus it cleans better. The less grease and crud on here, the easier it is for it to soak through the rest of the stuff and clean it up. Okay, I'll get back to that. I'll do that a little more. Even little stuff like this, you know. The more of that crap you get out, the better it is. Even this, you see this? This here's got a whole lot of crap in there. I'm gonna hold it so you can see it. There really isn't a way I can hold it so you can see it, but if I don't stick my hands in the way. Okay. Yeah, just that little bit. It was as much as the other part, so. Alright, let me continue cleaning this and then we'll throw it in the bucket. Alright, yeah, I got most of that cleaned up. I'll just take it all, put it in the big bucket here. We'll leave the head out. I'm going to show you what I did the head. All this going in the big bucket. All cleaned up nice. Yeah, look at all this. All that would have been in our bucket there. You know, we don't need that. Now, let me get these out of the way. And now this is how easy it is to clean up. So I got a hole in my paper. Here we go. Wrap that up. We throw it in the garbage. Alright, still there? Let me show you. I scraped the carbon off of this. You see that? And scraped the head here. So let me take you off the tripod here and show you. Hold on. We're doing this. Is going to be wild. This is going to be a wild ride. Alright. Let me see where I can hold you here. Turn these around. Alright, let me put a line on for you. Okay. This was the exhaust. This is the one that was real bad. I think we'll get away with just lapping that. Because most of that was just carbon. And this one's good. And the head, I scraped the head out, and man, oh man, did that have a lot of carbon. I don't know what they did to get that carbon, but it's out of there now. So, all right, gonna throw this in a bucket. Gonna let it sit in a bucket maybe a day or two, and then when I clean it out, all what dirt was on there will just fall off, and it won't be any grease or anything like that. Meanwhile, I could be working on the little can of nuts and bolts. You know, they're all ready to wipe down and blow down, and hit on a wire wheel. So there we go. Alright, this video is probably getting pretty long, so what do you guys say? Enough of this? Alright, I'll see you in the next one.